Morning Gateway Kids. Today's story of Joshua and Caleb can be found in Numbers chapters 13 and 14. Let's have a think about how we can dwell in the story today. Number 1. When Moses sent the spies into the promised land, Caleb and Joshua were the only ones who could see past the soldiers to God's promises. So you could create an optical illusion that helps you to see past the soldiers. First of all, you need a piece of paper, an A4 piece of paper, and you need to fold it in half. Then you need to draw an Israelite on one side of the line, make him close to the line but not touching the line. And on the other side of the line, you need to draw the promised land. Then you need to take a piece of card about the size of an index card and draw your big, scary, giant soldier on that side. Next, you need to place your scary giant standing up on the middle line in between your Israelite person and the promised land. And now it's time to do the optical illusion. And what you're going to do is you're going to place your nose and your forehead onto the top of the card. Like this. But it's actually going to still be on the line. I'm not sure if I can film this. Hang on, let's try. Like that. And with your nose and forehead on the card and the bottom of the card going along the middle line of your piece of paper, you need to look down at your picture of the Israelite and the promised land and stare at it while counting to 100. And you should see that your Israelite will walk into the promised land past the giant and the soldiers. Joshua and Caleb saw past the soldiers. They remembered God's promises. What were God's promises? And what had God already done for the Israelites that they could have remembered and held on to give them faith and help them to trust God? Number 2, you could create the promised land. You could use art and craft materials or construction toys like Lego to create the promised land. Use Numbers chapter 13 to help you find out what it was like. Which parts of the promised land do you think would make you want to move there? Which parts of the promised land do you think you would feel scared or nervous about? Number 3, stand up for what is true. Joshua and Caleb stood up for what they knew was true. Can you think of a time when you have had to stand up for what is true when other people have disagreed with you? What happened? If you can't think of an example from your own life, then why don't you ask your grown-up if they've got an example from their lives that they could tell you about? Or you could make up a story, a situation in which you have to stand up for what is right and other people are disagreeing with you, and you could act it out. Have fun dwelling in the story of Joshua and Caleb today.